Howdy y'all, welcome back to Lives. I think it's time we play a little 7 Days to Die. It sounds angry out there at the moment. I was trying to figure out what foods I could make. I honestly don't think I can make much of anything, man. I have got to get some better supplies in here. I kind of don't want to make anything on top of that because I mean, I need food. I need food. I need to make something to eat. I do have a lot of meat. Uh, this isn't even where this stuff goes. That's awesome. I do have a lot of meat here. Um, I'm kind of holding out on the corn. I want to hold on to the corn so I can get more and potatoes, so I get more seeds going. But I do need some kind of food. Alright, I'm going to have to make one of each of these kinds of meat because I don't know the difference between them. And I need to know which one is the best. Can you believe it's snowing outside right now? That's crazy. I just went out to get the mail uh, um, yesterday in my shorts and t-shirt because it was so warm out. And today it's snowing. It's snowing. I'm going to have to put on a coat to go get the mail today. And pants, because I don't usually wear pants. I sit around in shorts. The the quarantine has not affected me very much. Let me tell you, I am a home dweller for sure. I don't think I'd probably left the property more than. Oh, I bet I hadn't left the property more than 6 times in the last 3 months. 4 months maybe. I don't go anywhere. Everything I do is online. Alright. So I made 3 kinds of meat. So we got grilled meat gives you 5 health. That's terrible. Boiled meat gives you 15 health. That's a little better. And charred meat is the worst. So boiled meat. Okay, let me get some water. I hear you guys. I know you're angry. Let's get lots of water here. Let's boil up some meat so that I've got some food. I'm not going to eat this charred meat because it was terrible, and I'll go ahead and eat grilled meat right now. It's weird that grilled meat is not great. It's, I mean, flavor-wise, I would choose grilled meat over boiled meat any day of the week, I think. I thought her head was going to pop back out. It's so crazy how much snow is coming down right now. I thought I was feeling a little chilly, and I'm like, it's weird. I mean, it was like 60 degrees yesterday. Alright, that's going to take a while. Yeah, and we've got a little bit longer on the night here. I do need to go and get some gas, but I'm not particularly certain that middle of Horde night is necessarily the best time to go out and try to acquire some extra gas. Although I did start the day during Horde night, so I don't know how dangerous said Horde Knight is going to be. I don't know what HP stands for. Hollow Point. It's Hollow Point, right? That's what HP stands for. I just don't understand why they're red, I guess, was throwing me off, because HE would be tracer rounds, right? HE is, I don't know what it stands for, but it's got something to do with fire. Far. HP must be hollow point. AP is armor piercing rounds. Huh, I am disappointed in my or my hollow points, man. I expect a little more boom for my buck. That. I was expecting that. I did not get that. And I also feel like there's too many zombies down there for me to sneak out. So, yeah. Can't talk about D&D too much this week because it got canceled last minute, which I thought was ironic because I just talked about how irritating that is to be canceled last minute for something that my DM knew was coming. He had made a prior engagement, and he knew this was happening, that we wouldn't be playing last night. Although I think we could have played last night, but he, yeah, he sends me a message at 5:06 p.m. informing me that my plans for the evening, which was about three and a half hours, were not happening on something that he knew was coming 6 months ago, easily. Uh, and I just got a message, oh, I'm going to be busy tonight, doing this thing. No comics, no D&D. I was like, oh, well, I guess I wish I hadn't have done that extra training, which is super easy to do, and instead, because the training is easy to do and doesn't take as long as work. So I get basically it's like you can put an hour of work down for something that takes me like 5 minutes, and so I did that yesterday. But I'm only allowed to do so many hours of work. So now I can't just get my work done for the week. Thanks, dude. Thanks. But yeah, so no D&D last night. I instead I crawled in bed and watched anime. So I didn't get his second round of messages at 10:47 when he's like, "Oh, I'm done and home now." Yep, nope. You said we weren't doing anything, so I went and found something to do. I finished Gate. Did not end quite the way I was expecting. I mean, we just talked about my expectations last episode. I really thought that it was going to be like this major battle. And it was a battle, but I thought that it was going to be like, jet airplanes and helicopters and tanks and all that, but they opted for just a rescue mission, and so they went in and took control of the small portion of the city, and then wheeled everybody out, and and then the main character, the princess was seized and taken to the castle where her brother, her crazy brother, was at, and she was chained up and put in slaves' clothes, and which is like a burlap sack, basically. And so, how is there a 4% chance for food poisoning on boiled meat? I mean, this is fresh meat that I got myself, and then I boiled it. And a lot of meat is safe to eat raw. So, like, I think you could eat chicken raw as long as you were assured that there was no. I wouldn't suggest it, and I'm probably wrong, and it's disgusting to eat raw meat. But I think you can do it if you have to, but I wouldn't. Uh, I think the I think it's more a contamination thing that stops you from eating raw meat. Although they eat a lot of raw hamburger, man, or not hamburger, but raw beef. I never understood that. I don't. I thought like you couldn't eat raw pork, and then uh, I see people eating. Ooh, she was a toughie. I see like people being asked what they want their pork steak cooked at. I'm just like, ew. Can I have mine so that the meat is no longer any form of rubber? I don't like my meat rubbery, which is how I feel about raw. I don't want blood coming out of my meat. I don't want. Ugh. I don't like to chew on rubbery fat. None of that stuff. That. Ugh. Oof. Just taking that guy down. Anyways. So yeah, we didn't do the oh, gate. That's what I was talking about. Gate. I forgot what I was talking about. So yeah, so we go and or we I didn't go. I'm not in the show. So yeah, they just went and there's a weird thing going on with the light here where everything turns green. Or is that I feel like I'm getting irradiated or something. Um, but then the main guy shows up and takes his tiny team of irregulars, uh, and they rescue the princess, um, and then it's so weird to me. Like, I get it, but it doesn't stop it from being weird. So they got this scene where the main the main dude, right, is uh, standing in front of the emperor. Now the main guy is supposed to be never shows it the entire show. It's supposed to be a special forces Green Beret, so I'm assuming he could take this guy in a fight. But he's got this other soldier with him who's just a little tiny woman. She loves to fight, and so the one time they had any kind of real hand-to-hand combat going on, or a couple of times they had any real hand-to-hand combat, it's her. Um, and the main dude never really fights, other than that plan to take out the Red Dragon. And so it was they have a little confrontation with the now emperor. Oh, I didn't even see you back here hiding. And so the emperor takes a couple of steps toward him, and then someone fires at him from behind. Or no, someone fires at him and shoots like the ground in front of his feet. And then the main guy's like, "No, we've always got eyes on you, and we can hit you from whenever, or from wherever, whenever, and there's nothing you can do about it. The next time the bullet goes through your head, basically." And so then they're leaving, and the dude is like PTSD now, right? The crazy I'm at the forefront of the battle emperor is now freaking out because he got shot at once. Um, I mean, to be fair, it's not fun to be shot at. I've been shot at. Uh, but you know, I don't lose sleep or my sanity over a single shot. And so it just kind of ends. I thought they'd have like a big battle. Like there is a battle, there is a battle. It's just not as big as I was expecting. Also, they talked about how the gate was gonna close, and then that never came back up again. I thought maybe that's how the show was gonna end, and so it ended with the emperor takes his loyal troops into the north and abandons the capital city, and uh, the princess uh, she sides with the Japanese, and they form a peaceful coalition, I guess, and um, the it was kind of funny because I did like the first episode was him on his way to. I'm pretty sure it's light novels. I am not up on my terms for things, and I can't remember what the thing he likes is, but I'm pretty sure it's some form of light novel because it turns out he has a ex-wife that he married just because she needed money, and he figured she could get his military pay because he wasn't gonna use it, I think is what went down. And she's a light novel author, and think I think that's what he's into because that's why they even know each other, because she's an author and they went to the same high school. And so so yeah, it was interesting. Just not. It's pretty good. It's not amazing though. Um, I wish the fantasy world had a little more oomph to their attacks. I would have liked to have seen more of a war between the two, um, and a little less of running around. It's a lot of running around. All right, I think I'm gonna make a new box here to put these car parts stuff in because I don't have a lot of storage for this kind of thing. See, like I got all these engines. I don't want to get rid of them, and these batteries, and like headlights, right? Uh, or like advanced bellows, and I kind of want to keep. I kind of want to keep my loose supplies. I'll just put it right there. I mean, technically, I think these headlights are probably loose supplies, but I still need to go sell that silver. Uh, okay. What else we got in here? Battery. Uh, battery. Motor, battery. See, and that will give me extra room. I'm going to put these, oops, not those. I'm going to put these headlights back in the other one. Oh, you know what could probably go in there too is those guys. Alright, that makes me feel a little better. Okay, now let's go ahead and we'll head off to do this clear the area, and then we'll see about selling this silver. I seem to can't get rid of. And then I was watching after I finished that because I only had like 4 episodes. It turned out no three episodes. There's 24 episodes in season 2. I thought there were 25, and so then I jumped over to season 4 of My Hero Academia. I had watched part of season 4. Actually, I watched a good chunk of season 4 already, and didn't realize it. And then because somebody told me, "Oh, did you know season 4 ended?" And I'm like, "Oh man, I got behind." And that was pretty good. I didn't finish it, but I'm pretty close. Um, I'm terrible with names, so I don't know if I'll remember his name, but yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. I did like uh, spoilers. So they got the main character Deku, and he's got another name, but Deku is the name he goes by. And except apparently it's not Deku in the dubbed version, uh, or something like that. And so every time I try to talk with my niece and nephew about it because they watch the dubbed version, I get yelled at about how I don't know what anything is called. I'll admit it, I probably don't know what anything is called, but I also watch the subtitled Japanese version, and I often watch it with earplugs in, so I can't really hear people speaking. So Deku is what I call him because on my screen it says Deku, and if you've ever played Zelda, Deku is Deku. It's a Deku nut. It's the Deku tree. It's Deku from My Hero Academia, and Deku, of course. Well, maybe you don't watch My Hero Academia. Deku. Oh, this says oil. Oil might mean gas. Does oil mean gas? It could just mean oil, for that matter, though. And so they had this thing, season. Oh, that's shale, right? I didn't think about shale oil or shale oil. Is that what it's called? Whoa! I really don't need those. I should probably take this shale with me though. Although I'm not sure it's that hard to find. Um, so Deku's a kid who's born in a world that doesn't have. And let me try that again. So the world the world, something happens and people start being born with superpowers. It's not a lot though, which is what's crazy. And so like 10% or something like that of the world's population. I mean, that's a lot of people. Um, but they're starting to be born with superpowers. And so Deku, it's really weird because I'm pretty sure they say it's not a lot of people are born with superpowers, but then it's a huge deal that the main character doesn't have superpowers. Like everybody else has got superpowers except Deku, and so it's got to be either something's wrong with the statement of how many people are having superpowers, or I'm not understanding what they meant by that. Maybe 10% of the world's population doesn't have superpowers. Either way, there's a lot of people with superpowers, and Deku, he doesn't have superpowers, and all he wants to be is a superhero. And so then he meets the dude, All Might. All Might has the superpower, all for one. No, one for all. One for all. Yes, one for all. And and so his ability is that he can give away his superpower, and so he gives it to Deku, and and then Deku goes to superhero school. That's My Hero Academia. That's what it is. And but it has a pretty awesome fight in season 4, um, that I rather enjoyed, between Deku and, well, not just Deku, but there's always, it's all about superheroes. There's tons of superheroes and supervillains, and he goes to superhero school, and it's pretty enjoyable. And they had a, it's not amazing. It's not amazing. Everybody has gone gaga over it that I know, kind of, but look, I grew up. I grew up without anime, basically, and I didn't get into anime until I could afford to buy it because we didn't have the internet, and it was a big thing to even be able to find anime. And so, what anime I did have available to me as a child was Robotech. Robotech on Fox, which had just started. Tranzor Z, uh, Voltron, right? That stuff. And so those were my anime growing up. And then when I was in like, oh, must have been college, maybe. Uh, high school. Let's say high school. When I was in high school, Dragon Ball Z became quite popular, and I tried to watch it, and I didn't like it. And and then everybody's just all about Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, or was in high school and college and whatnot. And so I finally did watch Dragon Ball Z, and I rather enjoyed it. And oh no. Oof, she was tough. And so My Hero Academia is kind of like Dragon Ball Z, and but I'm not sure it's better. In fact, to me, it's not better. And I cool. Uh, and it's a little, I don't know. I just there's a trope, right? There's a trope that's used, and it's the guy or girl who says they're going to be something amazing, and then when it gets to the point where they need to prove it, have zero confidence. And I'm not saying it makes for a bad character, but it would be nice if once in a while they had a little more confidence in themselves. And it's really weird to see these massively powerful students, and not all of them do, but the ones with the most power do seem to constantly doubt themselves, and and I would just like them to embrace it, maybe a little bit, just embrace it. Uh, and I don't know, there's too many of them to really have a good focused story, and um, well, that doesn't seem nice. What was that noise? Oh, cool. Can make a wrench now. What was that noise? Why my guy get all excited about that? Did I complete all of something? I did. Ranger's Guide to Archery. Must have been. Um, but it's still enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I just I wish it was a little more of the final fight in well, maybe not the final fight. I haven't finished the season yet, but I believe it's the final major fight um, for season 4. I wish it was a little more of that and a little less the slightly earlier fight where they were doing this thing where the superhero kids are having flashbacks to when they were children, and because they're full of nothing but doubt. Uh, the thing is that they were all gung ho to be included in on this mission, and then once they get on the mission and it comes time to fight, then they're like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do anything. I think maybe they should have brought somebody else instead of me." Well, why did you volunteer then? Get on it, kid. Get on it. Uh, and so they got like this dude, Red Riot, and he can make his body into like rock, I guess. And so um, he he has this whole thing where he's like freaking out about how he can't make his body hard enough to block this guy's attacks. Oh, well, I should have paid more attention to the zombies coming up on me. And I'm just like, haven't we already had this storyline with this guy? I just feel like this was the storyline that led him to his power up that we already saw. Can we get a new storyline for this character? The other guy that was with him had a better, nice, had a better little bit with him, but he was an adult superhero. Uh, yeah, and then it was really nice. One of the things that I do like about the storyline is that Deku is basically the main character, and Deku um, was not born with superpowers, and so he's given his superpower, and so uh, because of this, he cannot control his power as well. And so, is this someplace I already been? No. uh, and so he has issues with the fact that his body is not used to the superpower, and so he like breaks his fingers and arms and stuff using his superpower. And so it was fun in this fight to finally see him be able to, through cheaty methods, but to finally kind of go all out against this bad guy. Um, I like the other guy too, but I don't remember what his name is. He looks like a Fallout character, and I don't mean like a character you make in Fallout. I mean like he looks like a Pip-Boy. And every time I see him, all I can think of is Fallout Pip-Boy. I don't know why that's his design. And then they showed his father, or they kind of look like uh, oh, I can't remember what that cartoon is. But he looks like a Fallout Pip-Boy. His father, not so much. But he definitely looks like he should be a Pip-Boy, like a Pip-Boy for strength. Not a Pip-Boy, what are they called? Pip-Boy is the thing you wear on your wrist. The bobblehead guys, the special guys. I don't know what they're called. I guess my aim is so terrible. Oh, I thought we were done. But yeah, it was definitely fun. Now I've got to finish the other storyline they've got going. Is like in the first season, right? They've got the some of the more powerful characters, and so then are like major players in the first season, and then I think it's the second or yeah, the second season they or maybe it's the third season. Third season. Let's go with third season. In the third season, that seems like way too far. But in the third season, they've got uh, licensing, and they both fail their licensing, and so now they've got to go to summer school for their licensing issues, basically. And that is the. Did you just spawn in a bunch of zombies on the floor below me? I remember doing this actually, and I died because there were so many zombies. It's gonna be even more when I can't shoot anybody in the head for some reason. Tink. Uh, and then the other one I've been watching is Akame ga Kill, uh, which I have been fairly enjoying. That's another one though. I wish they were. There's just too much going on in these new anime. I need. There must be a horrible buzzard or something out there. I need a little more focus. I think, and a lot of the new stuff is just too much going on and all out of the all over the place. Uh, I thought this was going to lead me up. It did not. Okay, so it says they're up above me. So somewhere has got to be a way to get up higher. Oh, hey, look. Bookcases. You know, I just realized I've been emptying these things because I wanted to make sure they respawned. But they'll do that as soon as Oh, there's a ladder. I see you. As soon as I hit the exclamation point out front. Um, Kami Got Kill is about this kid who wanted to save his village from the tax collectors, basically. And so him and his friends went to go work in the capital city. You're not gargoyles, okay? And I win! And along the way they got attacked. And so only he... Oh no! Oh. Wow, I just fell from all the way up there and nothing happened. Only he made it back. Oh, well I'm glad I did. And so he only he lived, and well, they got separated, and he didn't know what happened to the rest of them. And then in the first episode, he finds out they were basically murdered and tortured, and so he not in that order. They were tortured and then murdered, and so he joins a group of rebels, and it's okay. It's it could definitely use a little more focus as well, I think. It's a little... There's a lot going on. And I think it would be better if they concentrated on one group of heroes, one group of bad guys kind of thing. Or if like the focus was on him becoming more powerful, or just pick something. Pick something. I don't know how many episodes I am into this series, but it's quite a few, and they are just always swapping what group they're fighting and who's got what abilities, and what I've seen of Black Clover seems to be a little better, a little more focused. So I like that. Lead is the new silver. Okay. Stealthy sprinting, sneaking quickly without getting exhausted. Oh, use no stamina while sneak sprinting. Nice. I got a silencer. Nice. I better scrap that down for the parts. Although that's iron armor, isn't it? Alright, well, I am going to call it here. So click like if you like. Subscribe for sure and catch the next one. And I will talk to you later.